Good evening to all my story friends from around the world. And I would love to welcome everyone to Monday meditation. So we have consistency practice together every Monday and Thursday. And hopefully everyone had a very good weekend. I am Pam and I will be your class monitor today. And today, actually, we're gonna start with wisdom talk and guided meditation by Monk Daniel. And to begin the session, may I invite everyone to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow. Second bow. Third bow. And may I invite Monk Daniel to begin the session, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone on Mind Stories on Monday, Meditation Monday. Hopefully it's a mindful Monday for you to check on yourself, how you're doing at the start of this week, or now it's the end of the day for some of us. It's a good time to reflect, to see how you're doing, and continue to, after you observe yourself, see how you are, we can see what we need to do next. Especially about looking after our mind, making sure that our mind is clear and at ease. Because if your mind is clear and at ease, everything else will be achieved successfully. Even though we have obstacles, even though we have problems, the most important thing we have to do is to keep our mind clear, keep our mind bright, keep our mind free from the clutter of, negative emotions and all these things that kind of slow your mind down and make you have a difficult time to sometimes those problems, there's a way out, but we have a problem dealing with them because we allow our mind is in the wrong place. And even though the obstacle is a big problem, but if your mind is clear and bright, you'll be able to see the solution easier. So this is very important for us to practice meditation often, and especially for those of you who've been coming to Mind Stories every day, please don't forget that you need to look after your mind and take the time to check yourself throughout the day, how you're feeling, and try to bring your mind back to that state before you do anything. Bring your mind back at least to a neutral state. And if you do that, it's going to make you a true meditator, not just, meditate when it's time to meditate on Monday and on Thursday. But if you want to really see the benefit of meditation, you really need to try to do the next step is put it into practice throughout the day. Not just once a day, twice a day, but just 2 times a day. So your eyes open and your eyes closed. If you can get to that level, you're going to see the effects of meditation profoundly. And we can do it. It seems like a impossible goal for sometimes when you hear that. I also thought the same thing in the beginning. Well, how can I meditate 24 hours a day? That seems very hard. But as you practice more, it actually becomes second nature, where you have more awareness of your feelings and you can adjust your feelings quicker. For example, today is the 12th. 2 days ago was the 10th, which was the anniversary of Luang Pu, the great master, of discovering Visha Dhammakaya, or discovering the Dhammakaya method that we practice every day. It's the 105th year where we pay respect to the great masters in our temple, whether it's Luang Pu, Kunyai. And on the 10th, we usually, as a tradition in our temple, we meditate overnight, starting, we call it Nesat, which means you meditate from when you start until sunrise the next day. Because in Buddhism, we consider a new day when the sun rises, not midnight. Midnight is still not a new day, but a new day is when the sun rises again. So when that happened, we have that tradition to meditate very long, to because that was the day that he meditated and attained the deeper knowledge of Dhammakaya that he came and taught all of us now, or what all the teaching monks have been teaching you now about comfortable body, comfortable mind, and how to get to that inner peace within you. So on that day, he meditated and attained it. So every year we try to follow in his footsteps and meditate as much as possible on that day, especially because it's a full moon and it's also very positive energy that day. So anyway, on that day, for example, we started from, that day I started at 8 p.m. and then I stopped about 5:50 a.m. the next day. So I would like to share my merit with all of you. So about 10 hours, right? And at first, looking back, if I started meditating in the beginning, I would think, oh, how can you meditate for 10 hours? That seems, just 1 hour is already hard enough. But as you practice more frequently, it wasn't that difficult. I had to get up about 3 times, and the third time was only because I had to go to the bathroom. Otherwise, I could continue. And of course, throughout the session, I am adjusting. It doesn't mean like I'm just sitting still completely for 10 hours. But if you feel uncomfortable, physically, you can adjust. If you feel uncomfortable mentally, you can adjust. So as you do that, it's kind of like, before you know it, okay, 1 hour passes, 2 hour passes, 3 hour. Oh, it's midnight. I'll keep going and going. Next thing you know, it's sunrise. So it's possible. Just have to practice and find your piece of peace within you. And that's going to make you, once you find that point of peace within you, you kind of let go of the outside world and you forget about your body and you can just go in, which in the whole world right now, we know about the flooding, right, in many different countries, whether it's in Pakistan or even in Thailand right now, we have flooding. And it was interesting this week because as well as on the 10th, we had that overnight meditation. But the day before, we had a special activity to do, which was to have precautions in case it starts to flood again. So we had to prepare some sandbags. And so it was a special merit for me and everyone here, all the monks, to shovel the sand into the sandbags. So I did it for about 6 hours from the morning and stop for lunch and continue on, I start again at 3 after we meditated, start again from 3 to about 6:30 or something like that. So overall, about 6 hours of shoveling sand. And how does this relate? But I'll tell you, is that when you're shoveling and physically you may be tired, how can you continue to go? Is you find that point of peace within you. So as you're working, as you're using your physical body, mentally you can put your mind inside, whether it's using the mantra, repeating in your mind, samahang. So every time you shovel, you're repeating the mantra in your mind. So you're doing 2 things at once. But what it does is it takes your mind off of the tiredness and the soreness and the heat and everything, and you can keep going. So that helped me to keep going, even though it was a very long and physically, I'm not that strong, but we can still keep going because you put your mind in the right place and you can let go of the physical pain or the physical suffering temporary as you go inside, as you meditate. And that wasn't very beneficial for me in the beginning because after I did that, of course, you're physically tired, right? And then the next day, we had to meditate from, as I said, about 10 hours. So going into the meditation, physically, I wasn't at my best point, right? I'm sore. I am tired from the day before. But the reason why I could do it is because you find that point of peace inside. And the most important thing that we've been practicing about adjusting the body, right? So when we go and we sit down, of course, physically, I'm not 100% as normal. So I had to find a different sitting position than I normally sit in because I'm sore from the day before. So normally I would sit without any back support, without any cushions or something like that. But that day I had to sit with a different kind of meditation mat, have a little bit of back support and also have some cushions just to make me feel more comfortable so I can sit longer than normal. And also, after I took the time to adjust correctly to meditate that long, it helped me to get to that goal easily. So I just want to emphasize that you really need to take the time to adjust your body and observe yourself, like what works for you today, what do I need to do to sit better, or what are some factors today, what can I do to improve on those factors to make, the best of the situation you're in when you're starting your meditation. And if you do that, you can achieve your goal. Like for me, at first going into it, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because physically, after filling up all those sandbags for about, half the day, I was very tired. But when I went into the meditation, I still had the goal that I need to be able to meditate until sunrise. So I had to prepare myself physically the best I can. And if you do that, you can get your goal. So that connects to today's topic a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time. But I wanted to talk about this, is about finding your piece of peace. Because when we have trouble in life or in anything, we have to find your piece of peace. There's going to be obstacles, there's going to be problems, but if you can find your piece of peace, you're going to have the solution easily. But most people, we look for the wrong places to find that peace. We go on vacation, we go looking for it somewhere else. But that piece of peace is actually inside of you, at the center of the body, as we have been learning in the past. If we can get our mind to this point, we're going to feel peaceful, we're going to feel happy, we're going to feel content. This is the point of peace, or the piece of peace that's inside of you. And the magic thing about this point is if you can stay there long, it's only from one piece, it's going to gather more and more and more and become even stronger. It's similar to the eye of the hurricane or the eye of the storm. All around you in a hurricane is devastating winds, but when you get to the center, it's safe, it's quiet, it's still. But unlike a hurricane, that point doesn't last forever and it moves, right? And then the storm comes back. So the same thing is true with your mind. If you can keep your mind at the center, you can be at peace. But the moment you let your mind get out of the center, the same thing as the hurricane, it gets windy, it gets distracted, it can be destructive. So if we can learn how to get to that point often, we can stay peaceful and happy no matter the situation. And I'm sure you want to know how to get to that point. You can get to that point from wherever you feel comfortable. That's the key. So it doesn't matter where you start, because at the end, you're going to get to that point now that you know where it is. Now we just start from like this. You can start near to you. You can start away from you, wherever you want to place your mind. Or you can start inside of you, if that feels comfortable. The key thing is consistency. This is the translation from Lon Paul. He said that if we meditate every day, our mind will become familiar with the center. So that's why it's important to meditate every day. Because as you meditate every day, you will become familiar with the center automatically. And if we connect to that center, we will become accustomed to the stillness. The mind will be lighter and softer. Our thoughts, speech, and action will be greatly improved. We will be more systematic, more synchronized, and more efficient. We will think positively, speak nicely, and carry out good deeds. We will resist worldly desires and temptations that distract our mind from its purest state. We will be able to maintain its quality, to be strong inside and outside. So this is why it's important to meditate and connect to the center. because as you connect to it, you're going to think better, you're going to be more efficient, you're going to be more positive, and it's going to protect you to be strong inside and outside. And when your mind connects to the center, what happened? When your mind connects to the center, he also said that the mind connected to the center of the body is like a tree beginning to grow new leaves. When those buds blossom, before we know it, we will see the fruit, which is the fruit of attainment. So as we connect to the center often, our mind is automatically going to progress. And the way to connect to that center is simply to be conscious and comfortable together, to have adjust your body to be comfortable, adjust your mind to be comfortable, and follow that comfort. As you follow that comfort, the comfort is going to take you to the center. And if you have the question, am I there yet? Just ask yourself, do you feel comfortable? If you feel comfortable, that is your center for now. And just follow the comfort, and the more strong your connection is going to be to that center. And just keep going. Be consistent, and before you know it, it's like, as he said, it's like your meditation is budding, growing, and changing. So let's take the time to start our meditation together, and we can see if we can connect to that peace within you. Okay. So like always, if you need to adjust your body or go to the bathroom, please feel free. So now it's time for us to find our peace, no matter the situation we may be in. We can always find a peace within you. It's waiting for you. We can access it anytime, anywhere. All we need to do is look in the right place. The way to look in the right place is not with your eyes. It begins by adjusting your body comfortably, relaxingly, softly and gently closing our eyes, naturally, as we begin our journey to find that peace. And on this journey, we don't need to use our eyes, because in order to look within, to find the peace, all we need to do is relax. We need to find our comfort, a special kind of comfort that comes from a body that is relaxed and a mind that is calm and still. We can do that by taking every time, every session, to adjust our body, relaxing and releasing every single part, every single muscle, from the top of our head all the way down to our feet, relaxing and releasing. Sometimes it's easy to relax by taking a deep breath, breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly, trying to feel our breath as it enters your body, filling us with peacefulness, calmness, coolness. And trying to feel that positive feeling spread out throughout your body. Every time we breathe in relaxation. Every time we breathe out, we exhale and release all the tension, any tightness, leaving us only relaxed and released. Now our journey to find that peace of peace within you will be easy and smooth, because the more we relax our body, the easier it will be for our mind to calm down. The only way to bring our mind to stillness is to have a comfortable body and a calm mind. We have to make sure that we feel comfortable, but we're also conscious, aware. But to put it simply, whatever method we use, it should help you to stay conscious and comfortable together. And that will help you to let go, both mentally and physically. For many of us, it's easy to relax the body, but sometimes a little bit more difficult to relax the mind, because the mind likes to get attached to people, attached to places, to things. Right now, it's time for us to let go. Even though those things may be important to us, maybe it's something we love, someone we care about. But now it's time for us to let go, so that we can be a better person by making our mind more positive, more clear, more bright. And when our mind is more clear and more bright, all the things that we care for and love for will also benefit. So let us let go so we can receive something better within us that can help us to become stronger, help us to become more positive. Because every second that our mind is conscious and comfortable together, it's clearing the clutter, it's becoming more positive. So whatever method we use, whether it's the mantra, repeating softly in your mind, or for some of us it's easy to visualize any image that we're familiar with. We can imagine it however we like, wherever we like, as long as that image helps your mind to feel more clear and bright, more positive. Or some of us may find it easy, or that we find it simple to just let go, to relax, and just enjoy the relaxation. The key thing is to follow your feeling, to look for yourself, to feel for yourself. Because your body and your mind will tell you if you're practicing correctly. Because if you're practicing correctly, both physically and mentally, we will feel more comfortable, more relaxed. But at any moment, when we start to practice incorrectly, our mind and our body will tell us. If we feel conscious and calm together, conscious and comfortable, if those two things are truly in balance, there won't be any obstacles. The relaxation will grow and increase automatically and naturally. But if we do find ourselves off balance, that's okay. We can simply adjust depending on whether we feel too conscious or we feel too comfortable. So we can adjust accordingly depending on which one is too much. All we need to do is follow that comfort. Follow the comfort, and that comfort will take you to the center. When our mind is there, we will feel content. We will feel the true happiness beginning to grow within you. So for now, all we need to do is to maintain our comfort the best we can. Adjusting accordingly when we need to. But if we find ourselves comfortable and relaxed, we don't need to do anything else. Allow that comfort, allow that relaxation to carry our mind, to bring our mind to the peace inside. So let's continue to enjoy our meditation together in silence. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Now that we've taken the time to relax our body and calm our mind, every moment of stillness is a moment of purity, of positivity, where our mind is free from greed, anger, delusion, and all negativity. These moments are precious and powerful. Every moment that we collect, it will add up, making our mind more clear, more bright, more positive. Many of us may feel more fresh, more recharged. That's because your mind has collected those moments, making our mind automatically and naturally heal itself. Removing all the negativity, making space for only positive thoughts, positive feelings. And now that we have collected those moments, that positivity that we generated is generated within you. It's a mind that is free, and that positive energy that we have, we can spread it, we can dedicate it, we can use it. Before we spread our love and kindness and our positivity, we can recall all the positive things that you have done, that you can remember, that you're proud of, that makes you feel blissful, delightful. Whether it's from meditating now, where you feel calm and at ease, or you can think of anything in the past. Because the magical thing is, when we think of positive thoughts, it will attract more positivity. It will begin to gather within you, filling us with happiness, with contentment. And once we feel that positivity within you, that happiness, we can spread it. We can send it. can send it to our loved ones, our family, our friends, to anyone, anywhere. It's a positive energy that can be transferred. It's actually the only thing that is truly ours. The positive deeds that we have done through our thoughts, through our thoughts, through our speech, and through our actions. That positivity will follow you, protect you, no matter where we go. No matter how high a mountain you climb, no matter how far we travel, the positive things we have done, that positive energy will follow us. And we can also share it. We can dedicate it to our loved ones or to anyone just by thinking of their name or their face. And the magical thing about spreading and sharing this positivity is the more we give, the more we receive. It's like we're a candle. Now that our candle is lit with positivity and comfort, we can spread our brightness to the next candle continuously. And once we've spread our love and kindness, we can go back to relaxing, releasing, and enjoying the comfort that we feel, wherever that may be. Sape Buddha Palapata Pache Kanang Chayang Palang Arahanta Nate Shirakang Pantami Sabaso Sabaputta Nupavena Sabathamma Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satasvati Bhavantu Te. By the power of the positivity that we have generated by meditating, clearing our mind, may that positivity bless our life to be more clear, to be more bright. And when we are ready, we may slowly and gently open our eyes. Okay. As we're waiting for everyone to come back, I'd like to pass the microphone back to our Ms. Pam.
Thank you so much to Monk Daniel for a wonderful guided meditation. And I would like to invite everyone to joining the group photo. So please turn on your camera and sharing your inner peace smile to each other. Anyone would like to join the group photo, feel free to turn on your camera, please. Sharing your big smile. All right, I think the photo has been taken. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And next, we're gonna have a Q&A session. Feel free to type in the chat box, asking the question or sharing your meditation experience. And may I transition back to Monk Daniel, please.
Yes, thank you. And like always, please give me a survey of how you feel from 1 to 5, just to see how you are today. And also it's for yourself too, to reflect. It's very, very important to know where you're at after a meditation and kind of see, you know, maybe some days it's easier than other days, and why was that? So if you can observe yourself, you can improve quickly. So if you can share, please. And also if you have any questions or you want to expand on your experience, like Ms. Pam mentioned, please write that as well. Okay. And I think it was a good question before we start to meditate from Dali Pru. Sorry to share that today. Sorry to share that today I lost my good friend, I'm assuming, by a car accident. So whole day, as much as I earn merit, I want to share with him. He's only 23 and he is the only child in their family. I think it might be due to our karma or their karma, but I am really curious about to know why people die at a young age. Sorry. So first of all, condolence, and I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're doing okay. Maybe this meditation would may be a little bit difficult, but hopefully you can find your peace for a moment and you can share that peace to them. So this is a good question, and I think you mentioned a little bit about karma. And this is the thing about in Buddhism, we like to think about karma as not just in this life. We think about it as many lifetimes. So the thing is, it's like the reason for people having difficulty at a young age or passing away at a young age, or some people, they don't have any difficulties, or even though, we can't just look at this lifetime. So in this sense, if you believe in that, if you think of it this way, it's like different fields. This life is a field, the last life was a field, and we don't know what we planted. So in the past, maybe we planted all these different kinds of trees, different seeds, but some seeds, they take longer to grow, and we don't know when that fruit is going to come. It may come this life or the next life or in the future. And that's true for, even if you don't believe in past life, in this life, you do something good and you plant a tree now, maybe 10 years later, that tree is going to give you fruit, or a different kind of fruit. Maybe not 10 years, maybe, a couple months, or depending on the breed. So in this case, usually when people pass away early, it's because of the past, what they did in the past, that it brings that fruit, unfortunately, to happen now in this life and makes their life shorter. So that's why, like for me, my father passed away when he was 54. So that's pretty young as well, even as a father, and it's strange that, well, why did he pass away so soon? And when you understand that fruit can send from the past, then it makes it easier to understand. But in the sense that now that we lost someone, or like we just did in the meditation, we can send that positivity to them. Even though they're gone, the energy that you create within you, or from any good deed you do, you can send that to them as well. And that positivity, it can go to them anywhere. And it doesn't matter necessarily how far away they are. That positivity can still go to them. So hopefully that clears it up a little bit. But that's the reason why some people, they pass away quicker than normal. So what we can do now is, we don't know when our time is up, and we need to really take the time to use our time wisely and cultivate wholesomeness as much as we can. And that's going to help us to prepare us for the day that one day we have to also die. And the only thing that we can take with us is the positivity or the negativity that we have done. So we need to ideally do more positive than negative. And that's going to help us in the future. From Elsa. Thank you. I'm better every day. 5, I feel very happy. Elsa always meditates well. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Elsa. Vanessa, I have to go. Okay. Many thanks for the space, Monk Daniel, and everyone. Thank you for organizing this session. Satu. Okay. Thank you for making time to come, and see you next time. From Pam, 3.5, as today seem not content, only get to a peaceful moment at the end when share love and kindness. Thank you very much, God. It's okay. And sometimes it takes a while to feel content or feel peaceful. And what we need to do is just be patient and keep going with the comfort, and eventually our mind will settle down. So from Jesse, today meditate is wonderful, as I finally have achieved my Katina offer. Very happy. I can stay quiet all the way until 7:45. Mind stay aware, mind not fluctuate, no emotion, no feeling, just keep calm in an empty place. Is this called equanimity? fulfillment of my wishes. Yes, you can call it equanimity. It's just basically when your mind is still, your mind is neutral, right? So if you can get to that point, you're practicing correctly. And as you mentioned that you were happy and blissful for your offering that made you happy. So these are things that can help you to meditate well. If you can recall something you did in the past that made you feel blissful or you're proud of, and you know that thing is positive for other people or the world or wherever, you know that is a positive thing. If you think of that, it can make you feel, as you can say, it can make your mind feel more happy, and that happiness can help you feel more comfortable, and then you can get to the relaxation, deeper relaxation. But the key thing is when you recall something or think of something like that, is you don't need to keep thinking about it. You think about it initially, and it makes you happy, makes you feel blissful. And then after you get that happiness and relaxation, you can let go of the thought and keep the happiness. Does that make sense? And then you can recall the positive things until you feel happy and blissful. And then once you feel happy and blissful, you can let go of thinking and just go with that happiness instead. From Tan, I faced physical challenge because I got diarrhea badly while meditation. So I felt too drained and I didn't know how to handle that yet. I still wanted to meditate. So I placed the Lumpu amulet at the center and it turned crystallized. So I stayed with that crystal amulet. It worked like miracle. My negative condition was gone and it didn't have any sign. Then I recollected the merits I have done from my first existence in the past till the present with your dana, precepts, and bhavana, offered the merit to the Dhammakayas, the amulet, and Lumpu. Very good, Tan. Actually, myself included, the past 2 days, I've had stomach problems as well. Had to go to the bathroom often as well. But if you can connect to that point of peace within you, in your case, you used the amulet to visualize the amulet, and that makes you feel comfortable and it helps you to let go, right? And that's the thing. If you can use a method, whether it's visualization, whether it's the mantra, if you can connect to that, it can help you to forget the physical condition or the problems that you may have. And you can, instead of going with that, you can connect to the comfort inside. So very good. You were able to do that. From Lee Chu, Monk Daniel, you meditated for 10 hours. Do you have any backache from sitting for such a long hour? Actually, I didn't get backache from the meditation. I got backache from shoveling the sand the day before. So I already started with a backache. But similar to Tan, I had to use the mantra, I had to use the visualization, and that helped me kind of let go of the pain that I felt physically or the soreness. But again, the key thing is I knew that I had some back problem, so of course I couldn't sit normally. I had to find something to rest my back against, and that helped me to kind of feel comfortable. And once I kind of got into that comfort, I could kind of let go of the physical pain or discomfort. And of course, eventually that comfort, it will run out and I feel the pain and physically again, and then I just move, just adjust. And as you adjust often, you can get back to the comfort quickly. And if it's really, at some points, like it got very, I had to adjust too often. So I just felt like maybe I should get up and walk around and stretch. And that's what I did. So I got up and stretched. And when I felt comfortable, I came back and sat again. So it wasn't just, no moving at all. I feel I am strong enough now because I do not want to create the same mistake as before. I stopped meditation after I lost my beloved brother. But today I'm able to meditate well because of your great instruction. Thank you for your answer. Thank you, Dali Pru. The most important thing for us to maintain is our mind. So if we lose someone, I know everyone that we have lost, whether it's your family, your loved ones, or anyone that we know that we love and they love us. When you think about it, whether you're a parent, anyone that you care about, think about yourself. If you care about someone, you only want that person to be happy, right? So they think the same thing for you. They wouldn't want you to stop developing yourself. They wouldn't want you to stop improving yourself. They want you to be happy. So meditation is the only way to really keep your mind happy and keep your mind positive. And in turn, that's going to make your life positive and happy. So like you said, no matter what happens, we always have to practice meditation. And in that sense, your brother or anyone that you've lost, they will be proud and happy about you and what you're doing because you can still keep your happiness and continue staying happy and using your brightness, using your positivity, using your happiness to not only help yourself, but also make this world a better place as well, of the people around you, the people you interact with every day. So yes, please continue to meditate, and I'm sure that everyone, especially your brother, they will be proud of you and happy that you're using your time wisely and using your effort wisely. So please continue to meditate, and always after your meditation, you can dedicate your merit, dedicate your positivity to your brother. From Tan, may I ask why negativity changed to positivity abruptly? You mean mentally, right? Or physically? Oh, physically. It depends on how quickly you can let go, mentally or physically. And that's how quickly or abruptly you can change the feeling. So if you feel physically very negative, but you use the mantra and that helps you to let go truly, it's going to change to positivity right away. So it's all about, Paul would say, like, if you can let go right now, your mind can go inside and stop. But the problem is we don't usually let go. It's like your mind is like ready to fall inside, but we're holding on to something that's stopping your mind from falling inside. Does that make sense? So your mind is your center of the body has this attraction, this gravity that will pull your mind automatically to it. But the problem is we stop it from going there by grabbing onto something, whether it's something physical, our physical self, whether it's something mental that we won't let go of. So the thing is, if we can relax and release, our mind will go there automatically, go inside automatically, and it will change the negative to positivity automatically. Okay. So I think that's most of the questions. So from Tan, so it means the mind is very powerful. Yes, your mind is the most powerful thing, actually. If you can control your mind, you can unlock a lot of things. If we can use our mind correctly, we can actually, there's so many things. There's so many things that you could do. It's kind of like our own superpower that we are born with, but the problem is we don't know how to control our mind, but we're learning how to do it by meditation. And the more you get in tune with it, the more you get used to maintaining that balance between being conscious and comfortable together, the sooner you're going to learn and be able to unlock that hidden power within you. It's like unlimited potential that's actually within you, but we 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 don't access it. And Paul had mentioned it's like you're inside of you, you have like a room of gold, like unlimited treasure. But the problem is you don't go inside to like pick it up and take it. It's waiting for you inside, but we don't take the time to get it out. From Hazel, I tried to do all night meditation last Saturday night, but I just managed to stay from 12:30 to 4:30 a.m. Just managed. That's a very long time. Very good. With 2 breaks in between. Towards the end, I found I was drooling saliva. I decided to go to bed. Okay. Actually, that's a very long time. And even though, yeah, just go according to how you feel. If you feel very tired, if you feel sleepy, then follow your body. You don't need to force yourself to go as long as you feel comfortable and conscious together. So that's the same thing for me. Before doing those long meditations, I couldn't do it as well. I couldn't. I would try to start at 12, and then stop at maybe 4 or stop at maybe 3 or 2. But as I've done it through the years, it's got easier and easier. So this is my like 11th year as a monk. So every year it's got easier. It's not like the first time I did it, I can do it in 10 hours. It's something you develop, and it gets easier and easier every year. I remember 2 years ago, I could only do like 3. And as I got better and better, it became 4, became 5, became 6. And of course, it's not something I can do every time, every day, every night. And if you do it every night and you're not physically prepared, it actually can be not good as well. It's only good when it's not about the time again. It can be 10 hours, it can be 5 hours, it can be 1 hour, it can be 30 minutes, it can be 5 minutes. It depends if you feel. It's not about the time, it's about the quality. So don't be frustrated if you can't meditate as long as you would like. But if you meditate and the quality is good, even though it's 5 minutes, even though it's 2 minutes, even though it's 1 minute, you'll get a lot of benefit already. But if you meditate for 5 hours, 10 hours, and the quality isn't good, then it's actually almost not as beneficial as sitting for 30 minutes. And you can stay conscious and comfortable for 30 minutes. Let's say you meditate for 10 hours, but you're only conscious and comfortable for 2 hours. So it's not as beneficial. It depends on you. It depends on the person. So meditate as long as you can feel conscious and comfortable together, and you feel comfortable. And if you stop feeling comfortable, you can either stop or you can adjust. So don't force yourself. Baby steps. Go according to how strong you are physically and mentally. It's the same thing. Like if you want to run a marathon, you can't just do it from day one. You have to build yourself up to being able to do it. Okay. So I think that's most of the questions for today. So thank you, everyone. Hopefully you can continue to practice, and we can see each other next Monday. And also don't forget to tune in on Thursday, and please continue to meditate every day. And remember that consistency is the hardest part of meditation. So if you can keep consistent, you got the hardest part out of the way, and it's only going to get easier and smoother if you stay consistent at it. Because finding that balance between being conscious and comfortable together, it's not hard, but it's not super easy if you don't be consistent. But if you're consistent at it, it's going to get easier and easier to the point of where you don't have to think about it. You don't have to try. It just happens. It just clicks. It's like I mentioned when you ride a bike, right? You don't have to think about keeping the balance on a bike anymore, right? Now that you are used to it. The same thing is in meditation. If you practice often, you'll get used to placing your mind correctly, where you feel conscious and comfortable together. And if you stay consistent at it, you're going to be able to find that balance quicker and quicker and quicker and easier and easier. But if we stop being consistent, we lose our progress pretty quick as well, because our mind is constantly bombarded, our five senses, right? Everything we touch, everything we listen, everything we see and do throughout the day, it will clutter your mind and we will lose the balance. So it's very important to stay consistent. Yes, practice makes perfect. Exactly. So thank you, everyone, and see you next time.
Thank you very much to Monk Daniel for a wonderful session. So before we wrap up, may I invite everyone to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, and bow.
May the positivity that you have generated within yourself and all the positive things that you have done in the past, may that positivity help guide you, protect you, look after you, make you feel happy, make you feel healthy, and help you to overcome any obstacles, help you to, most importantly, help you to still your mind and attain that inner peace within you quickly and easily every time you meditate. Sadhu.
Sadhu. So thank you so much again for a wonderful blessing for Monk Daniel and spending time with all of us today, for guiding and teaching us to have full equipment to make it skillful for meditations put into the daily practice. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the session, able to get all tips and technique to apply on a daily meditation activities. So looking forward to see all of you again on this Thursday. Bring more friends to join and have a wonderful time today wherever you are. And look forward to see you. Bye. Take care.